Joey only, Cariboo weather dude here today with Meowie. And we're looking at BC's work week weather. And, well, there's not really a lot to talk about this week. In like a lamb. And, well, a cold lamb. Yeah, cold lamb, right? So here's the thing this week. It's Monday morning, time for a work week forecast, but there's not a whole lot to actually talk about. I mean, we got this low that's kind of hanging around down just off of Vancouver Island. So it's bringing a little bit of snow down there. Arctic outflow on the north coast continues. It's kind of chilly overnight. Like, I think we hit minus 14 or something here last night. However, with the sun, the power of the sun is pretty high right now. So it's that time of year where even if the air temperature's cold, when you're in the sunshine, it's going to feel warm. Got that high pressure blob just kind of sitting there south of Alaska, and it's kind of funneling a lot of the bad weather away from us. So we do have this low sitting down there. And I mean, you're going to have a little bit of snow at times in certain places. As you can see, the north Tuesday, getting some for sure. Southern BC, though, mostly hit and miss. I know Williams Lake had some squalls yesterday that had Lacey writing me, asking me which app I use. I mean, windy, this one's fine. But any of the apps are mostly fine. It's which model do you want to use? And then, I mean, for me, I like the ECMWF model. So that's the one I rely on and base a lot of my forecasts off of. So it's not, to me, so much about what app do I use, but you get these kind of convective squalls and shower, basically in the interior at times, the clouds billowing taller. And we do see that possibility of that today. Some lightning down where that low is by Vancouver Island, somewhere lower mainland. All in all, pretty clear week ahead, though. March in like a lamb. Often I've said here in Wells, March in like a lion, out like a lion. But no, this year it's been pretty nice start. There is some potential for Northern Lights activity still. There's been a lot of sun activity going on. It's kicking out all kinds of nonsense at us. And this 7 prediction again tonight, tomorrow night, and the night after. 7's pretty good. 7 could turn into 8, 9, or 10 for times. Thursday you start to see 7 p.m. that down in the States. I mean, look what's going on. You're going to have some very severe storms again through northern Texas, Oklahoma, and whatnot. So eyes are open down there. There's been some very destructive tornadoes lately. Major snow systems across the Midwest. That's going to funnel into Ontario by the weekend. And California, once again, they're at something like 170% of their snowpack, their annual snowpack. And this could be one of the biggest. I think 1982 was the biggest year they'd ever measured. But there again, tons of rain on California coast. It's monsoon season down there. And this low, as they do, spinning counterclockwise, is going to help funnel some of that crappy weather up into BC for the weekend. So the prediction really is it's not until at least Saturday that we might see some snow. Well, Friday night maybe for some of you in southern BC. For here in Wells, I'm looking more at Saturday, late Friday night, Saturday morning before snow kind of comes in. We may have multi-day snow event. I'm not exactly sure how much we'll get, though. I mean, especially if it's funneling up from inland as opposed to coming from the ocean. It's coming straight from the south. That makes me a little more skeptical about how much snow it possibly can carry. Avalanche conditions still remain fairly dangerous everywhere. I mean, this is the month where the big ones are going to happen. You see by Saturday that low's kicking out across into the prairies and bringing a line of snow with it. That's mostly your work week weather. Not a whole lot to talk about. For the most part, we're sitting at seasonal temperatures. I mean, a little chilly at night, but then you get those, the daytime, the sunshine's pretty good. And look by next weekend, too, along the coast, heading just south of Nova Scotia. Pretty strong low down there. Kennebata, cold core, and frost and powers are saying today. Persistent low off Washington coast continues to spin endlessly in place. And you see it kind of just hangs there all week, sort of stuck there. The circulation around this low continues to produce flurries across southwest ranges, as well as the Cascades. The low will re-energize through Tuesday and Wednesday as it moves towards Vancouver Island, bringing with it widespread flurries with localized areas of high accumulation. Isolated flurries are expected across the interior ranges. On Tuesday, more widespread flurries will develop across North Rockies as upper low from Northwest Territories reaches the province. Strong winds will accompany the upper low Wednesday over the Northwest Ranges and South Coast Wednesday night into Thursday. Really, though, I mean, when you just saw the maps, There's no real stories coming. Broad upper cold trough encompassing BC and Alberta remains in place for the foreseeable future. Within the west coast, an upper low off BC and Washington coast is spinning primarily in place until it weakens to an upper trough Tuesday morning. This system will continue to be the weather maker across southwest ranges over the next several days. Through Tuesday night and Wednesday, a strong upper low will swing into BC from the Yukon, bringing a fresh round of flurries, especially to the southwest ranges. Subtleties in the flow pattern will dictate where these flurries will develop and accumulation. Something I do want to say this morning is a shout out to Frank Peebles, the editor at the Quesnel Observer newspaper. Your article, people probably know what I'm talking about, seems to have gotten a lot of reaction. I've had some serious hate mail today from people I've known for a long time who just came out of the hateful closet. I'm Joey Only. I oppose bigotry in all forms on my channel and in my life and in my friendships and in how I raise my children. We do what we do and we don't worry about what anyone else does. Lots of people do things I don't like. Even people I like do things that I'm not interested in. I don't have to be interested in the things you do in order to say, I like you, do whatever you want. It's that simple. Joey Only, Cariboo Weather Dude. Please hit like, subscribe, and all that. I'd really appreciate it. Our show is now getting onto Shaw Spotlight and will soon be distributed to more and more cities and be played more and more. So stay tuned as that gets unfolding. I can't wait to tell you all the good news as the show grows. You can see the filming of our show every Thursday here on my channel, Joey Only, Cariboo Weather Dude. Well, that's all I got for today, friends. Bye!